Just call my name, I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, yeah, I'll be there. It's like this song in my head right now. Hi. 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 How you doing? Hi, beloveds. I'm here. Sitting here. Not really sitting. Laying on my bed. Waiting for you, my dear. Hi, my loved ones. How are you doing? I'm over here just healing myself. I'm on bed rest. I have to drive to Washington soon. It's like 13-hour drive, and I broke my ribs last month. I fell on a silkscreen gate that I decided to put up to stop my mom from coming upstairs. And it worked, but then my mom ripped it off the wall. So I put it on the table, fell on the floor, and then I fell really hard and I broke my ribs. Now, here's the weird thing, is that I didn't feel that I broke my ribs. Like, I went to the hospital after like 4 days because I felt like my arm shattered. Like, you could see some bruising, but it's mostly healed all the way. I'm supposed to be wearing a cast, like an on and off again cast and an arm sling, but I don't like that because it's uncomfortable. So I stopped wearing it, and I make cures. Like, I make a salve that regrows bones, doctor approved, and it really functions. But I didn't know exactly where the broken ribs were because I couldn't feel it. And they didn't tell me how serious it was. So I was like, so I hit my head when I fell. I went unconscious for a second, and then I woke up again in pain on my arm. So I go to the hospital after 4 days to get x-rayed, and they find that my ribs are broken. But they didn't bother to tell me what parts of my ribs are broken and what parts of my ribs I needed to be extra careful for. So I was like, okay, I can handle this, right? It's just broken ribs. I've had broken ribs in the past. I can handle it. It's super easy. It's not that easy. So once I stopped hurting, my ass is like, oh sweet, now I can do the comic book stuff. I have different video sections. So that's for the, obviously the concerts, that's for something different. And then this is my bed that I've been on bed rest at. So I continue to work hard. I don't stop what I'm doing. Hi, beloveds. And I keep pushing myself. I'm like, oh, I got a concert. I'm going to bring my amp. I decide to create an orchestra. Okay, I'm going to sing. We're going to make music. I have tons of musical producers that want me to sing songs to their music. So I'm like, okay, I could do this. It's so easy. And in the doctor's notes, it said, try not to breathe too long. And as a singer, I don't breathe for a minute, some more than a minute sometimes when I'm singing. When I'm speaking, when I'm doing this, it hurts. But it's a good pain because I know that by expanding my lungs, I'm preventing myself from getting pneumonia. And that's really what it's about, is making sure we don't get pneumonia when you have broken ribs. And yeah, my reality is that I'm super hyperactive and bed rest sucks. I miss my concerts. Hi, how are you doing? And in my current experience, I have a lot that I'm doing, so bed rest just really is not my favorite place to work from, but it seems to be okay. I'm okay with it. I get to talk to you like this. I can actually see your names and pay attention to what you write. So it's a little bit different than when I'm just singing on video and not paying attention to what you want from me the same way. And I get to come on video in my blanket. So it's nice too. Hi. Hi, Francisco, Jesse, Joey, and Rodrigo, and all of you. Nice to meet you. But I was like scrolling through and I was like, how do we make it so it's like a group so we can talk together so that I don't have to be as bored? Hi. Because there's only so much anime you could watch in one day, you know, like I'm working in the in-between and I have anime playing in the background sometimes, but I think the anime helps me focus because it's very inspirational. Something about anime, and then Korean shows. They really do help me feel like I'm not just going through it solo. Thank you for your messages, and you're watching. All right. On a side note, I don't know, there's so much happening in my reality. So I've just been given a job with a director and videographer for films, and asked to sing the music for a movie, for the documentaries and for films. So that's exciting, and that's happening right now. I have a meeting tomorrow about it, and getting sent like these beautiful songs to sing on soon. So I guess it's okay. Like my resting means that my voice is that much more, like I'm that much more inspired because I've been like this like nest egg. I've not been a nest egg, but I've been like hibernating somewhat. I usually come online like every other day singing, or every day singing. And I'm excited about the fact that I am gonna have my voice and my sacred music and collaborations on documentaries and films as well. I think it's pretty neat. Someone who's actually worthy to do that and is well respected as a videographer and director and a musician too, to give me these beautiful orchestrations. Some be more like ballads though, like epic multi-language ballads that are super cool. Really beautiful expansions and different genres, which is always fun for somebody who gets bored easily. Being hyperactive always, it's really hard to just get me to be calm because I'm overly hyperactive. So bed rest to me, like all my friends who've come to like visit me and take care of, like they take care of me by hanging out with me while I'm like working or bed resting. And they always tell me stop moving around so much because I'm constantly like twisting my body like back and forth, and I'm like like breathing, and then I like sit up, and then I'm just like do I really have to just like lay down? And I just can't. And I think that's why it's taking me so long to heal all the ways, because I'm stubborn and I do too much. I'm too hyperactive, and it's okay, because if I just had to lay there all day, I was concerned that my butt would get flat. That was one of my concerns, is bed rest, you know. That's why I do lots of exercises from bed rest, which is also not something you're supposed to do on bed rest, but it helps me feel like my body's gonna be okay, and I'm not just getting like weak without muscles, and I flex my body too. Like I think it's important to build muscle even if you're on body like bed rest, to heal your body. I think it's like weird to not grow muscles and not strengthen the areas. So being that I'm stubborn, I found my own ways to insist that my body doesn't get damaged from the bed rest. I do think it's a thing. Like I honestly think it's like concerning to just be on bed rest. So yeah, now you know my story about it. I overdid it. See the gear over there? I do concerts. I have to load my gear. I have to get my gear set up properly because others don't know how to do it the way that I do it, because that is what I do professionally. Like I'm a performer, and waiting for others to do things for me is not an option. I don't have patience very much. I tried to have patience. It's just different. I do have patience, but on the level that one would expect me to have patience during an injury, like I've given birth without medication. You know, like I don't take medication to give birth. Like why would I be in pain when I'm going through things? So I have a strong threshold for pain, which basically means like I can handle it. Like I get tattoos and it doesn't hurt me. Like I just kind of watch them. Like if I had to get my blood drawn or shots, I would just watch them do it. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't freak me out. Um, the midwives of the hospital were like, "Why aren't you crying and screaming? You're having a huge contraction." I'm like, "Because I acknowledge what's happening to my body. Like why would I freak out? Because it would just make it worse. Like, you know, like why freak out if it's going to make it hurt more?" And that's kind of my perspective on life and on pain, is like there's no reason to freak out. If I can't breathe and I feel like I'm gonna flatline, I just kind of like put energy into myself and like work through it and not panic. And I usually am really successful at healing myself. So I trust that if I actually try to do this bed rest for like one more day. Actually today I wanted it to be the last day of bed rest, but I think like I'm doing better because I can actually do this video right now for more than 5 minutes and it doesn't hurt. But then again, I have a strong threshold for pain, and yeah. All right, well, it was nice to see you, my loves. I'll see you again someday. Asha.